7 years ago, I predicted future legends that would come into FIFA Ultimate Team. These videos are all the rage at the moment, but rather than going and predicting current players that might become icons, like maybe Lewandowski or something like that, I thought it'd be interesting if we went back, had a look at these two old videos, and seen how many of them I got right, because you can tell just from the thumbnails, I didn't do too bad of a job. Right, here we are then. This is funny. I obviously haven't watched these videos for years. That is my mum's old dining room, which used to be a living room. And then my mum was very nice and swapped the rooms around so that I could put an office in the dining room. And by an office, I mean a corner desk with a laptop and a PS3. Or an Xbox, actually, it was back then, wasn't it? It was an Xbox One. Because Legends were only on Xbox. They are now icons and they are on both. That is a haircut and a half as well. But we're not here to laugh at me, my presumably terrible old intro.
What is going on, lads? And welcome to a...
Yep. Classic. Good. What we're actually here for is to see which icons I predicted. Now, like I said, we've seen from the thumbnails like Ronaldinho, Henry, Lampard, stuff like that. So I haven't done too bad of a job in predicting players that were presumably still playing then or had just retired and were potentially about to get icon cards. But let's click through. We're not going to watch the whole 9 minutes of both videos, but we'll have a little click through and see what players we're going to be putting in.
Have just had incredible careers. It's probably leaning towards the older end of the spectrum. For example, Messi is probably going to get a legend card when he retires because he's one of, if not the best footballer ever. But we're not going to put him in because it's a long way away until he retires. We're talking about people who could get legend cards in the next few years. Up first in goal, we're going to have Gianluigi Buffon.
Good prediction, Andy. But Buffon scammed me and hasn't retired yet. He's, of course, playing in the Calcio B, the second Italian league, and he's even got an inform this year, which is kind of mental. 44 years old he is, definitely deserving of an icon card, but unfortunately for me, he still hasn't bloody retired.
36 years old this guy is, and he's now been playing for Juve for almost 14 years. He played for Parma before that. He has won basically everything there is.
He's gone back to Parma. Oh, this is... I can't believe Buffon still... I can't believe I was predicting Buffon to retire 7 years ago when he was 36 and he still hasn't retired. Right, who else have we got?
Up next at centre-back, we're going to have Abidel. He was in my most respected squad because he's beaten cancer 3 times, which is absolutely incredible. But that aside, he is also a brilliant, brilliant footballer.
Abidel. I feel like this one's a little bit out of left field, but at the same time, like... crazy honours. Had his career curtailed a little bit by having a tumour on his liver and then having to have an operation and stuff like that. And I think he had a liver transplant. I haven't watched these videos back in order to see what I've predicted and just get you guys get my genuine reaction. That one's a little bit out of left field. Let me know what you think about that one in the comment section.
Really do deserve it. Next to him at centre-back, we're going to put Nemanja Vidic.
Yes, 1 out of 3 so far. Well done, Andy. Nemanja Vidic, of course, does have an icon card on FIFA 22. And if I jump over to his generations... he had one on FIFA 21 as well. So he's been here for a couple of years. So I was 6 years ahead of my time. Well played, Andy. 83 rated Vidic with 52 pace. Playing for Inter on FIFA 15. Bloody outright.
83 years old this guy is now, but he is one of the best centre-back, if not the best centre-back ever to grace the Premier League. He won the Prem 5 times, which is absolutely unreal.
I mean, I feel like I'm just listing Nemanja Vidic's icon profile off from this FIFA Online, to be honest with you. Ashley Cole! Yes, 2 out of 4. I want to give myself Buffon because I feel like Buffon definitely should get an icon card. Abidel, fair play. Might have got that one wrong. That one's a bit... Ashley Cole, again, came into FIFA at the same time as Vidic. He's had an icon card on FIFA 21 and FIFA 22. That is a good shout
from me. He's won the Premier League twice with Arsenal, once with Chelsea. He's won the FA Cup 3 times with Arsenal, 4 times with Chelsea, the League Cup with Chelsea, the Champions League with Chelsea,
and now he's a coach at Everton. What a player, what a man. Not as good as Leighton Baines, though.
The guy next to him, who, of course, is, again, deserving of a legend card.
Maicon. Now that is a name I had forgotten about. However, simply using FIFA ratings, this man used to be 92 rated on FIFA 10, playing for Inter. I'm sure I'm going to tell us all about his honours, so let's just have a listen. Why should Maicon be an icon card?
He's won the Brazilian League with Cruzeiro. He's won the Serie A with Inter. He was runner-up at the Serie A with Roma. He's just been a very, very good player.
You're not selling it to me, Andy. I'm going to be honest with you, mate.
Unfortunately, never won the World Cup with...
Nah, never won the World Cup. Out. I'm just kidding, but I think Maicon's... Maybe not. Maybe not. Vidic and Cole are correct. Buffon, yes. Maicon and Abidel, perhaps not. I'm interested to see what my defence is going to be on video number 2, because I uploaded this one first, but let's keep going, and let's see who we put in at CDM.
Up first, we're going to have PLO.
Yep. PLO, another one in the bag for Andy. What's that? 3 out of 6. We've got a 50% strike rate so far, and if I'm giving myself Buffon as well, we're doing pretty good. Pirlo has, of course, got 5-star skills, which is a little bit weird on FIFA. He has been in FIFA for 1 year longer than Koval and Vidic. He came in FIFA 20 for his first card. I mean, yeah, well played. Terrible haircut, Andy. You got a 50% strike rate so far, mate. Not too bad.
Centre defensive mid, we're going to have a very, very topical one. It is going to be Steven Gerrard.
Topical Steven Gerrard, eh? As Andy's strike rate goes above 50%. Why is Steven Gerrard topical, Andy?
As I'm sure you guys know, he's recently announced, literally yesterday, that he is going to be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. It's a very sad time for Liverpool fans. Probably the best Liverpool player ever. There's people up there like Ian Rush, and of course Suarez played.
Ian Rush, he's also got an icon card. Bait! Mystic Andy. And Luis Suarez. Do you reckon Luis Suarez will get an icon card? Potentially. But yeah, Gerrard has got one. Gerrard's been in FIFA for quite a while, hasn't he, actually? Jamie Carragher used to be on FIFA and has since left and is not on here anymore. Gerrard's had an icon card since FIFA 19. So, technically, incorrect because I'm predicting legends, but actually correct because icons are just legends. And I'm being very silly. Right, let's have a look. Who are our attacking midfielders and striker? We're playing a lovely meta 4-2-3-1. Who have we got going in?
It's going to be Landon Donovan now.
This is an interesting one. Landon Donovan is correct because Landon Donovan did have a legend card on FIFA. So did Lalas. Remember Lalas as an American legend card as well? But he's actually since, like Jamie Carragher, been removed.
He's not up there with that superstar status of Pirlo, of Gerrard, of some of the other players that you guys are going to see in this team. But for American football, he is an absolute legend. And
I think that's fair enough. And I feel like EA sort of accepted that by giving him cards in FIFA 16 and FIFA 17. But then didn't want to devalue icons too much when they switched over to being icons, which I think was in FIFA 18, but don't quote me. Basically, he was 86 rated, and he's not actually that good. He was the best American footballer, but he's not actually one of the best footballers of all time. So he could probably come back as a hero. And if we scroll the video back a little bit, when I was putting him in, there was, of course, Clint Dempsey, who does have a hero card on this FIFA as they've just come in. So it'll be interesting. Maybe Landon Donovan will get a hero card in future and come back into the game.
Centre attack and mid, we're going to have a man who more than anyone else in this team needs absolutely no introduction. It is the main man, Ronaldinho.
Hang on, there was another one as well. Could have had Kaká. Sorry, I'm taking Ronaldinho's thunder. Go on, old Andy.
I'm not going to bother talking to you guys about this guy because you know how absolutely ridiculous he is, how much he's just loved by everyone. Ronaldinho is probably the most deserving player in this whole squad of a legend card. And
that is a statement. Interesting. I mean, to be fair, I would probably agree with myself, to be honest with you. It's a weird thing to say, innit? I'd agree with myself. Yeah, I'd probably agree with Ronaldinho. Maybe just ahead of Pirlo and Gerrard, to be honest with you. I guess they're all icons, aren't they, for different reasons, the ones that have actually got them. But Ronaldinho did make so many people love football, so fair play. Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9 are correct so far. Come on, Andy. Let's keep this strike rate going. Who else have we got?
Next, we've got, again, another very, very topical one where you've got Thierry Henry. Talked about...
Yes! Yes, this is just
a legend video just about Henry when he announced his retirement. Very good player, one of the best players, if not the best player ever to play in the Premier League, which is saying something when you talk about all of the other players that are in this squad.
That is saying something, and I'm sure Arsenal fans in particular, but most Premier League fans would agree that Henry is probably the best striker ever to have played in the Prem. Henry's had an icon card since FIFA 19, and Ronaldinho has he been in it a little bit longer? Henry come into FIFA in FIFA 18 as an icon. Ronaldinho come into FIFA, and I've also just realised I've been clicking on people's Prime Moments icons to go back in the generations, which obviously Prime Moments icons didn't exist in FIFA 18. However, I'm pretty sure all of the stuff about, like, Cole and Vidic have only just come in. Gerrard and Pirlo's were still correct, I believe. Yeah, FIFA 18 for Ronaldinho as well, when they were just blue singular icon cards, and then 19, 20 and onwards we got the grey ones where they've got different versions. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 10 correct so far, and I reckon you guys could give me Buffon, like I've said. Who is the striker crowning this team? It's not Henry, so surely it's someone ridiculously deserving.
That then just leaves the striker who we are going to put. We could have put Henry, but we put in Cam, and we're going to have Miroslav closer.
Do you know what? I've actually kind of smashed it. Old Andy, take a bow. 8 out of 11. That is good going. Close has been in since FIFA 19. Gomez, we also just seen there as well, is of course got a hero card. 8 out of 11 on video 1. Right, I can think of some, and I'm pretty sure I've kind of mentioned a couple of them. I heard myself mention Lampard as I was scrolling through, and of course Lampard is on the thumbnail. Let's jump into the other video and see whether I can beat... Can I beat 8? Probably not, but let's see what I predicted. Right, back to Mum's dining room we go for...
Future Legends Team Part 2.
Thanks, Andy. Let's see who we've got in this one. I like this new YouTube thing where you can see the grey bar at the bottom for people watching. So this part is the goalie.
Goal, we've got Iker Casillas.
I'm actually smashing this. Casillas is new this year, I think, isn't he, as well? So it's a good job we waited 7 years and not 6 to do this. Is that correct? Iker Casillas is brand new this FIFA. He is indeed. Well weighted, Andy. That's 1 for 1 for video number 2. Second player, John Terry. That's a controversial one. That man loves an NFT. And of course, does not and has not had an icon. Although, arguably one of the best Premier League defenders of all time with Nemanja Vidic. And loves an NFT. So surely he'd love some NFTs off EA to become an NFT in FIFA. I don't know where I'm going with this. I could probably see John Terry becoming an icon, but obviously he actually isn't. Who have we got up at centre-back next to him? A cheeky little attribute card on my Casillas there as well to turn him into an icon. Who remembers them being in FIFA? Right, come on, Andy, stop talking about John Terry. Ooh, Mascherano. No, I'm going to go with hero, not icon for Mascherano, if I'm talking now. Yeah, there's definitely players that I could have put in instead. But I guess also, to give me the benefit of the doubt, they did also have to still be in FIFA 15. So Maldini, for example, arguably the greatest defender of all time, and obviously does have an icon card in FIFA 22, retired in 2009. So he's not on FIFA 15, which is why I couldn't put him in. So picking from a limited pool of players, but Mascherano is a little bit potentially not. Right. Left back. Is this one Leighton Baines? We had Ashley Cole in the last video. Have I gone for it? Have a back? No, he's French, isn't it?
Who's it going to be? Evra. Now, this was very common.
He's gone from one of the best left backs of all time to still being one of the best left backs of all time, but also just being crackers, is the way I'm going to say it. A jokester. He's just off his head, isn't he? Let's be honest with you, with his Instagram videos. So that obviously doesn't really diminish his footballing abilities. I'm not sure whether he'd actually become an icon card, but I suppose he'd be quite deserving of one if he did get one. The right back is in there. We are concepting these in as well. Come on, Andy, buy yourself ever for the video.
We need more fullbacks that are legends in FIFA, I think.
To be fair, I think that is also a very good point and is something that has kind of been addressed this year, or a little bit better. But there is still, remember we used to have Bremer, the German left back. He got took out. We've obviously got Lawman. We've got Cafu. There's Roberto Carlos. Gary Neville used to be in FIFA as on. Zanetti obviously has cards on both sides. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it used to be very, very restricted with icon fullbacks. Who am I suggesting to fill in the gaps? Yes, Andy. There we go. Okay. That's our third successful one. Philip Lahm, of course, is one of the fullbacks that I'm talking about. His, this year, prime card is a right back, which is where I've put him. His base card is a left back. His mid card is a CDM. And his moments card is a CDM as well. Philip Lahm has been in FIFA only for the last 2 years. So he went out in FIFA 17 when he retired, and he came back last year with, again, a multitude of positions at right back, left back, CDM. It was his moments card. His moments card was a left back last year, whereas it's a CDM this year. So a very, very versatile player, obviously deserving of being an icon. He is one. Well played, old Andy.
Basically won all of the same stuff together. They've played.
Yeah, if you're going to give Lawman one, you've got to give Schweinsteiger one as well. And that is exactly what EA did. Did they come into FIFA at the same time would be my question. Yes, both of them last year. There we go. Yeah, so again, old Andy was correct. If you're going to give one, you've got to give the other. And EA gave them both at the exact same time. Xavi.
We're going to put Xavi in.
Another dub for Andy. And I think, again, if my memory serves correct, another dub because of this year? No, he was on last season. Okay, so Casillas coming this year. We would have got this one correct if we filmed this video a year earlier as well. Xavi's been on FIFA since FIFA 21. Iniesta's still playing, isn't he? Otherwise, it's kind of a similar situation with Lahm and Schweinsteiger. Xavi and Iniesta, if you're going to give one an icon card, you kind of have to give them both, providing they accept their licenses going, or their image rights going into FIFA, of course. Iniesta has got an inform this season, so he's kind of like Buffon. I wonder if, am I going to predict Iniesta, actually? Surely I am. If I'm predicting Lahm and Schweinsteiger, surely I'm predicting Xavi and Iniesta. No, Kaká, who is also correct. So far, we got 3 wrong on the last video, and we got 3 wrong on this video so far. I can't remember if I'm counting Buffon in my head properly. I'm sure Harry 11 at counter of how many I've got right on the screen. Kaká, of course, quality player. Quality icon just to use on FIFA, so a very good suggestion from myself. He's been in since FIFA 20. I actually met him at the FIFA 20 launch event. Met is a very, very loose term. I'd said hello as he walked past. But he was there because he came onto FIFA 20 and he was like the marquee icon that they added for that year. What a player. Anyway, other cam. Iniesta Andy. Iniesta Andy, that's Frank Lampard, which is also correct. And he does also have an icon. Where is it? Why have I not put Iniesta in this squad? Frank Lampard, though, along with Ashley Cole on the Everton staff. He's the Everton manager, which is why he's brought Ashley Cole with him. He's been in FIFA since FIFA 19, so he got added in with Gerrard, I think. So a similar thing with Gerrard, Lampard, and Scholes, Schweinsteiger, Lawman, Xavi and Iniesta. Iniesta isn't in here. Iniesta would have been on this FIFA. Very interesting. I'm not really sure about that. But, oh, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Xavi's last cause on FIFA is FIFA 15. So maybe Xavi had announced that he was retiring. I'm trying to give myself a bit of too much credit here, I think. I'm not really sure. I did say in the other video that I wasn't going to put Messi in it, even though obviously Messi's going to get an icon. So we're talking about people who are coming towards the end of their career. Maybe that's why. Don't really know, though. Who have we got up front? I know one of them was on the thumbnail, and it's Ibra, who's kind of done a Buffon to me. Totti!
Francesco Totti, and again, one of the most commented ones from you guys last time, so we had to go and put him in. He has played almost...
No icon Totti. I feel like they should have put in, be it a icon card or a hero, because...
He's played almost 600 games for Roma, which is unbelievable. That is one of the reasons he's most respected, because he's such a loyal guy.
600 games for Roma at the time of recording this video in FIFA 15, and then he carries on playing, because I'm looking at his history here. He was in FIFA 16 and FIFA 17. He had that crazy end of era card on FIFA 17. No hero card and no icon card, and that means, based on the thumbnail as well, I have got the other one wrong, because again, Zlatan Ibrahimovic is nailed on to become an icon card, but has done me the disservice of not retiring in time to make me look clever in this video like Buffon. So what have we got correct in this one? Lampard, Kaká, Xavi, Schweinsteiger, that's 4. Lahm is 5. Casillas is 6. So only 6 out of 11 on video number 2. Still, 14 out of 22. That's not bad going, considering, like I said, I was restricted to having to pick players that are actually in FIFA 15. And also, EA have done me dirty with a couple of them, with Totti. That man deserves an icon card. And Ibra and Buffon haven't bothered to retire yet. So, I think 7 years ago, Andy, pretty good going, mate. There we are then. No honorable mentions on the bench, so that is not a bad strike rate from myself. Done pretty good there, old Andy. Not too bad, mate. If you've enjoyed this video, please do let me know down in the comment section, and let me know which one of the ones that aren't icons you think probably most deserve to be. But that was a good bit of fun to record, going back and watching some old content. If you'd like to see me do some updated versions of this kind of stuff, as it does appear to be all the hype like we talked about in Squad Builder Show the other day on YouTube at the moment, more than happy to do it for yourself with much better presenting skills these days, hopefully, and a much nicer microphone and better haircut. So, you know, we've moved on. We could do it better. Who would be the icons now, actually? It's a very good question. Let me know in the comment section, and maybe I'll make a video out of that with the likes of Messi and Lewandowski and stuff. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.